Welcome to the channel, man. BangBets ATS NFL Week 11, brought to you by Lit757. Let's get into it.
Sweaty.
Starting the NFL week off right, we got Cincinnati traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Thursday night football. Ignore that 1 p.m. I know I messed up the graphic. My bad. Beat me up about it later. Let me know about it in the comments. Line's at 3, totals at 46.5. You might find this at 3.5 depending on your book. And watch out for that hook, man, because I can see this being a close game. Ravens getting out of here and winning by 3. So watch out for that hook. But on paper, Baltimore has the better defense and the better offense. But we know what the Bengals can do. But at some point, man, we got to start operating off of what they've shown us now versus what we know they can be. And I think this matchup right here just is going to set the tone for the rest of Cincinnati's season. Either they're going to make the playoffs and make some noise, or, you know, they are exactly what they're showing us they are, 5-5, 500 team. So a lot riding on this one. Cincinnati's going to come out focused. I know they're on the road. Baltimore just suffered a devastating loss to Cleveland at home. I don't think they want to let these home fans down 2 games in a row. So give me Baltimore, man. I'm going to lay the 3, 3.5, 4.5, whatever it is. I think Baltimore can win this game all the way by a touchdown. Model calls it pretty tight, 23-31. But like I said, I really like Baltimore here. And it's really just going to come down to the offenses, man. Who can score more? Because we know both defenses are going to show up and play. But like I said earlier, on paper, Baltimore leads every category of this matchup except for like passing yards. But every other football statistical category, Baltimore leads. So we'll see how it plays out on Thursday. Next up, we got my Carolina Panthers hosting the Dallas Cowboys, who have just been running through everybody as of lately, huh? Cowboys offense looking good, putting up hella points. I know I was kind of talking bad on McCarthy earlier this season, the offensive coordinator over there, but it looks like they got it figured out. So, you know, he made me eat my words on that one, but I don't think this one requires any real analysis or overthinking. I mean, what it comes down to is, can Carolina keep the game within 10? I really don't think so. I mean, I honestly don't even see how. If Dallas scores even 28 points, 31 points, you know, how does Carolina score enough to keep it within 11? So I'm gonna lay the big number with Dallas against my own Carolina Panthers, and I'm also lean towards the over. Model just barely likes the over to cover, but if Dallas does what they have shown us they can do, and Carolina comes in here and gives us 14, 17 points, I think this over is going to clear easy. And we're going to follow that one up with another potentially lopsided matchup. You got a Titans team, 3-6 on the season. You know, they don't really know what's going on in Tennessee. They don't know what they want to do. They don't really have it together. One week they're playing great. The next week they're getting demolished. Who knows with this team? On the other side, you got a Jacksonville Jaguars team coming off a nasty L at home against San Francisco. In a game that I backed them, you know, I really thought, you know, Jags are going to come out, keep doing what they've been doing. Turns out the bye week didn't treat them right. They lose, 36-3. Next week, you got Tennessee. You're at home again. I think the Jags will come out pretty motivated coming off that L. They're going to be pretty angry in this matchup. And really, you know, I don't think 6.5 is a big enough number. I think this game should be allotted just like that Dallas-Carolina game. This should be a double-digit spread for sure. So give me Jacksonville. I'm going to lean towards the under in this matchup. Model just barely likes the under. But, you know, I just don't see Tennessee putting up a lot of points. I think Jacksonville is going to do what they do. But we've seen the Jags score 20, 21, 17 and still get a win. So, you know, I like the under in this matchup. I like the Jags by a touchdown. All right, next up we got Chargers traveling to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Weather report on this game is supposed to be pretty goddamn cold. Snowing, whole nine. We got a West Coast team coming from bright and sunny, headed into the thick of it. So I think that's going to be an interesting factor in this matchup. You know, keep an eye on the weather, see how it plays out. But as far as the teams go, man, Green Bay, just a really tough squad to get behind. Jordan Love still trying to get things figured out. Defense is coming together a little bit better, but that offense, man, it's just amazing to me how the NFL is full of so many poor offenses. I mean, this is supposed to be the best of the best. Then on the other side with the Chargers, you know, their defense has been struggling to say the least. But you do got Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen and I just drew a blank on the running back's name. Somebody let me know in the comments. But yeah, they got a lot of offensive firepower on that Chargers team. You know, and I feel a little bit better about backing Justin Herbert versus Jordan Love. These Chargers have burned me a couple times this season. I will say I took them against the Cowboys and the Chiefs, two better teams. So this would be their first chance to burn me against a team like Green Bay. But I'm going to stick with them. Here. Model likes it 24-17. That's supposed to be under for sure because of the weather. But I'm leaning under mostly because of the weather. Not the prettiest matchup here. We got the New York Football Giants traveling to DC to take on the Commanders. Spread sitting at 9.5. I mean, gee, I can't believe the Commanders are laying 9.5. Sam Howell leading the league in passing yards. Shout out Sam Howell. This Commanders team, man, right down the road from me, man. Every time I watch them, it's like, wow, you see flashes of greatness, flashes of the potential, and then they turn around and just do something that just makes you feel the exact opposite. But this Giants team, I mean, they literally might be, I know they got one more win than my Panthers, but they really might be the worst team in the league. For sure. But what kills me about this matchup is these Giants Commanders games are always low scoring, defensive type matchups, even though we know the Giants offense is going to struggle. I just don't know if we can back Sam Howell for a 9.5 point spread. But I'm going to give him a shot. Give me Washington laying the 9.5, and I'm going to lean towards the under in this matchup. Total's at 37.5. And let's see if the Commanders can get it done for us on Sunday, man. Next up, we got the Raiders headed to the 305 to take on the Fins. Spread sitting at 11.5. Total sitting at 48.5. I mean, I don't even have to think twice about this one. The Raiders offense is really bad. Let's just leave it at that. They're really bad. Their defense is okay. Well, not okay. They're pretty good. I give it to them. Raiders got a pretty solid defense, but they just can't score no points. And unfortunately, in this league, you got to score points. And the Dolphins are very good at that. Very, very good at that. So give me the Dolphins. I'm laying the 11.5. No analysis, explanation needed. You got one of the best offenses in the league against one of the worst offenses in the league. Model calls it 26-10. I think Miami can give these dudes 35, 40 points. Easy. So give me the Fins on the spread, minus 11.5. I'm going to lean under in this matchup because I don't expect the Raiders to contribute much to the points total. But if they do, then I can see the over clearing pretty easily. But like I said, I just don't see it. So I'm going to lean under, and we're laying at 11.5 with the Fins. Pretty good matchup here. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Cardinals 2-8 on the season. Texans coming into this one at 5-4. Spreads at 4. Total sitting at 47.5. And I think this is gonna be a pretty good matchup, man. This is gonna be a better game than most people are anticipating. I know we're like, oh, Cardinals, and we think of their record and like, oh, they're not gonna be able to hang. But Kyler Murray's back. He did look good last week. Obviously with the Texans, you got CJ Stroud doing his thing. That Cinderella story still running. And it's really hard to back the Cardinals. Really hard to back the Cardinals. They're on the road. They're going up against CJ Stroud. Texans defense has been pretty good the last couple weeks. I mean, I think it makes sense for Kyler Murray to have a worser game here than he did last week. So I'm gonna take the Texans laying the 4. I know 4 is a tricky number. I could definitely see this game being really, really close. Model sees it close, but maybe we get a mistake from Kyler Murray. Maybe we get a fumble. Maybe turnovers always help. But I'm gonna rock it out with Houston, and I'm gonna lean to the over in this matchup. Got the Chicago Bears traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. This Bears team, man, they are going through it. They're going through it. Spread sitting at 10, total sitting at 46.5. Lions, we know what the Lions have been doing all season, man. They have completely turned their whole franchise around on a great run, while the Bears, still kind of fumbling around at the bottom of the barrel. But I will say this, though. I think this matchup right here has the potential to be a pretty good game if Justin Fields plays. If Justin Fields plays, I will take these 10 points with the Bears all day long. If there's no Justin Fields, I'm laying the 10 with Detroit. So that's my disclaimer. But as of right now, Justin Fields is not playing as of right now. So I'm laying the 10. I mean, model likes it. I like it. We know what Detroit's offense can do. I expect nothing less from them in this matchup here. 1 o'clock Sunday at home in a dome. They should get this done, honestly. They should get this done, especially if Justin Fields does not go. Detroit has no reason not to cover this 10 points. No sweat. Easy peasy. Got an AFC North matchup. Steelers traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Spread sitting at 3.5. Total sitting at 37.5. I mean, this one is just gonna be a defensive matchup start to finish. You got a Steelers offense that's been struggling literally all season. Their record's showing 6-3, but I'm telling you, man, they should really be like 4-5 or something. They've been outgained in most of their games and still have won, which is insane. It just, some things just really don't make any sense. And then on the other side, we got a Cleveland team who, rocking the best defense in the NFL. Then on the offensive side, if they have Deshaun Watson, they're an above average football team. If it's PJ Walker or whoever's next up, then they end up just as bad as these Steelers. So I think the best play in this matchup, honestly, is the under, because we got Kenny Pickett and PJ Walker going head to head. Not two guys that are putting up electrifying numbers, okay? So big underplay on this matchup. Model calls it 13-23, but I could see this game being like 16-17, 13-10, something really low scoring. Just not anticipating a lot of offense in this matchup whatsoever. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield traveling to San Fran to take on the 49ers. Spread sitting at 11.5. Total sitting at 41.5. I mean, come on, man. Do we really think the Buccaneers are keeping this game close in San Francisco? Bucks are 4-5. 49ers are 6-3. They just had a 3-game skid. Excuse me, couldn't get that out. They just had a 3-game skid, bounced back by demolishing one of the best teams in the NFL. Then you come back home and you got this great value Tampa Bay team coming into town. I mean, there's no reason for San Fran not to destroy Tampa Bay. And on top of that, the rest of San Francisco's schedule, man, is really tough. This might be the last gimme they have all season. So I think they're going to make it count. I'm laying the 11.5 with the 49ers, and I'm going to lean towards the over in this matchup. I mean, we know Tampa Bay can at least score, a touchdown or two. And I think that's all we'll need from them to get this over to clear in this matchup. San Fran, CMC, Debo, Purdy, they're going to take care of business. So, if this spread wasn't double digits, this is probably one of my plays of the week. But even with it sitting at 11.5, it's just not enough. It's not enough to make me think twice. So give me San Fran. Next up, we got Seattle traveling to LA to take on the Rams. Seattle's coming into this game 6-3. LA's sitting at 3-6. 4:25 kickoff, 1 point spread, 46.5 point total. I mean, I was a little bamboozled the first time I saw this matchup, and maybe I'm crazy, but 1 point just does not feel like enough. I mean, Seattle has to be at least 3, 4, 5 points better than LA. And then I know there's the concerns with Matthew Stafford. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Even if he does play, I'm still taking Seattle. Anytime the spread is that low, I'm just going to play the money line. So I'm going to just take the Seahawks money line. Model calls it 24-20 Seattle. I think Seattle will more than likely win this one a little bit more comfortably than that. And I'm going to lean towards the under because I don't expect a lot of production from out of LA unless Matthew Stafford is confirmed. But even if he does play, it's not like they're going to put up 40 points. So those are my plays in this matchup. Oh boy, look at this one. This should be like the battle of the dumpster fires right here. They should put a name on this one. We got the 4-5 Jets taking on the 5-5 Buffalo Bills. Spread sitting at 6.5. Total sitting at 40.5. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think this Bills team is that good. I really don't. And the fact that they fired the OC, I don't really know how much that really helps them. He's not the one out there fumbling the ball. He's not the one out there dropping the passes. He's not the one out there throwing the interceptions. So, and on top of that, anytime the Bills play a game that's not at 1 p.m., and go look at their numbers if you think I'm lying to you, they are a completely different team. Any primetime slot they get in, they are a completely different team. So, I mean, shoot, man. I know they just lost last week in primetime, but my gut really wants to take the Jets here. It really does. And just back that defense and rely on a couple Buffalo Bills turnovers. But one thing I will say about this Buffalo team is they are a little streaky, man. They go from no production to production overload. So I'm gonna count on Buffalo to bounce back right here. I'm gonna give them one last chance to burn me this season before I put them on the ban list. Model calls it 18-10. I do believe this Jets defense can keep Buffalo off the scoreboard at least a little bit. So I'm gonna play the under, and I'm gonna lean towards the under in this game, but I'm gonna lay the 6.5 with Buffalo, with the small disclaimer that I would not be surprised if they struggle to score or if the Jets just say fuck it and win the game. All right, we got Minnesota traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. We got the Vikings sitting at 6-4, Denver sitting at 4-5. I think this is gonna be a really good game, man. The Broncos really looking like they want to win some games as of late, kind of turning things around for themselves. This Vikings team coming off an L, coming off losing their starter, picked up Josh Dobbs right before the trade deadline. And I really like the pickup for the Vikings, man. I think Dobbs is a guy who showed us in Arizona that he can make some plays, he can keep a game competitive, and he can put points on the board. And that's all Minnesota needs with the weapons they have around him on offense. Just hold it down for us so Kirk can get back. But Denver, man, that Cortland Sutton, man, that TD pass last week, dragging the toes, that's what you call a professional. I got two underdogs that I like to back in any other matchups, and now they're going head to head. But anytime there's a head to head matchup that I don't feel strongly either way about, I got respect for both teams. I think both of these teams are going to put up some points. Both of these teams are going to play some decent defense. But the Broncos are at home. Broncos are at home. So I'm going to take the Broncos, laying the 2.5. I like that. They'll probably end up winning this game by a field goal. Easily see a 14-17, 21-24 type of game here. Mono calls it 16-23. Not bad. But, you know, this is probably going to be one of the better games on the slate Sunday, believe it or not. Monday Night Football. Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl rematch. Shout out to whoever makes the schedule. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one right here. Spread sitting at 3. I think that's a little disrespectful. I mean, it probably should be more of a pick 'em. But what do I know? It just really comes down to who do you back in this one. I mean, I feel like Philly might have the edge on defense, but I gotta lean towards Mahomes with the offensive edge. But I really do believe the Eagles have better receivers, have a better receiving group than the Chiefs have right now. Not by much, but I do think Hurts has more weapons around him than Mahomes, and I think that'll play in their favor in this matchup. And I also think the Eagles defense is a little bit better than the Chiefs defense. So I expect the public to be all over Kansas City, Swifties, Kelsey. How much can you save with your home and auto? Whatever, yada yada. People are gonna be going crazy for these Chiefs Monday night, but I'm rocking with the Eagles, man. I'm gonna fade them. Give me Jalen Hurts. Give me AJ Brown. Model likes the Chiefs 30-36. I think the model's gonna be wrong on this one. I'm also gonna lean towards the over in this matchup. We got two of the best offenses. If there's one thing for certain we can expect in this game, it's going to be offense. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be points on the board. So I'm sticking with Eagles money line and the over in this one. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. I got a lot of new things coming for this channel. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to get it all done for y'all, man. BangBets, Lit757. We out.